I'm Steve Mason and welcome to my review rant random of Halloween. Now I wasn't going to bother doing this tonight. I finished work, went to see Halloween, drove home and nearly had a car crash. My tyres just blew out at 50 miles an hour. I had to leave my car abandoned in the fucking streets. Fucking hell, just like whoa, boom. So yeah, I was like, well, I'll do it tomorrow night, you know, and I've got a bit more time, so I'm not going to do any jump cutting. I've just quickly flown together some lights. I'm sweating my tits off already with this jumper on, looking like Freddy fucking Krueger, I guess. What did I think of Halloween? Right, first off, I went to see Halloween 40th anniversary last Wednesday at the pictures on the big screen. It was fucking awesome, and I've totally forgotten to have Michael in shot. There we go. Here we go, there's Michael. I was going to put Michael out of the box. We'll get Michael out of the box while I talk. So I went to see Halloween at the pictures last week. I came down from Edinburgh to see it. It was unlimited showings. Is Michael gonna? Yeah, we'll use Michael throughout the film, throughout this video. And I came down. It was great to see it on the big screen. It's down to a 15. It was packed out. Music worked well. The breathing was really good. And obviously a lot of the rumours have came around. And obviously since they went and did the new trailer and all that, the new one would discard everything that's been before. Now, if you're watching this, I'm going to spoil it, I'm going to ruin it. I recommend you right now to get out there and go and see this. So forget anything that's happened after Halloween 1, forget about Rob Zombies as well. And I did enjoy this movie. In fact, I really loved it until the very end, which I'll get to the end of the video. Going into it, I was hyped for it. I didn't know how it was going to go there because, you know, if you take Halloween 1 and 2 and the whole hospital and the reveal of the brother-sister storyline, obviously if you discard the original, then if you discard the second one, then why is Michael coming after it? And this still doesn't fucking explain why Michael just suddenly goes, hey you, I want you, I'm going to wait just for you. Never met you before, but when I come out I'm going to get you. Now, did I just miss something there? So anyway, the timeline, anyway, that's good. So forget about that. Forget about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Curse of Michael, whatever. Halloween H2O is a product of Scream Time. And then Resurrection, so Jamie Lee Curtis is not dead. Forget about Rob Zombie. Now, I think this film borrowed a lot from, well, not a lot, but kept it along with the tone what Rob Zombie was doing, really grounding it. I think this film was a massive, great love letter, and I think this warrants to be a sequel, even though it's just going to do what The Thing did with Halloween and Halloween. And you know, you put the numbers after it. You know, do you want to call it Halloween 40 there? It's the 40th Halloween. I like what they've done recently with the Blu-ray release. They're all behind us. I've just done it. As I say, if you watch my Welcome to Edinburgh video, so they've recently brought the Blu-ray back out. And I can even see that, sorry. And they've put Halloween in the 4 and the 2 L's and the O as Halloween. So it discards Halloween 2. Look there, the random rare Curse of Michael. As I say, check out Welcome to Edinburgh. I go through all the, as UMD. I've got like loads of random Halloween stuff, especially the plaque I got off Carve as well. But yeah, I'm ranting. So watch Welcome to Edinburgh for a big long ending as I go to see Halloween on that. So seeing both Halloweens within a week of each other, 40 years, crammed into 7 days, I went there and I got to experience the film weirdly because I was sitting on my own, because I just finished work, I went, fuck it, you know, no one's spoiling this film for us. And I got to see it like, not what I was watching these people, but younger generation watching it, and they were like peekaboo. So that was good. I liked how it was grounded. I liked how a lot of stuff going along in the background, you know. Michael was unmasked for most of the film at the start. I liked how the story was building up there. It looked grounded, it was stale, very original at the end. And the start with the pumpkin coming back to life, you know, that was cool. People introducing people as they were. It was great to hear John Carpenter's music, and the score was class. When the score built up at the end, I fucking loved the score. I am going to buy the soundtrack because I fucking was just loving that, how it was coming back. I loved some of the cliches it brought back as well. There's a lot of shots, the wardrobe, the kids bumping into Michael in the street, and you know, little homages, or like Jamie Lee Curtis, like literally like she's looking out where she was looking. And I like the whole storyline going. You know, Jamie Lee Curtis has been, you know, isolated a bit like Neve Campbell was in Scream 3, you know, living. It's like the whole Jaws 4 thing. It's just like, right, the shark is not going to get me. The shark is not going to get me. I'll move to the Bahamas where there's water. A house, you know, I mean, Ghost Shark hadn't existed yet. It's a case of like, where, right, Michael's not going to be able to get you in a different country. You know what I mean? He's not going to be able to get a passport. Definitely not in this day and age anyway. Well, who are you? Nobody. He said, okay. Because he couldn't pass the interview because he doesn't talk. How would Mike... But again, though, like, who taught Michael Myers to drive? There we go. Open up another kind of wormhole. So, yeah, I did enjoy this. I love how it was gritty. I liked that it was paced. I do think, you know, the way Tyler Mane was in Rob Zombie's when he was a massive monster. It's great to see Nick Castle back as the shape. And apart from the over TT, especially when he stands on... Was it definitely... I haven't got before. Poet. Krisky's Poet. I'm forgetting his name. Homeland guy. Stands on his head. I thought that was just a bit too gross out. You know, like the psychology as well, when the heads were ripped open and the torches were shoved up there. Even the fucking... I don't know if anyone realised this, like... But the guy gets stabbed to the wall and stuck to the wall. The fucking horse got it as well. I don't... Like, it was a horse. It looks like the horse was just stabbed. You know, the party horse, not a fucking horsey. But I love that. I love the score. I think the acting was okay. Will Patton or whoever who's trying to catch Stephen Baldwin and Lawrence Fishburne and Fled, who's in Armageddon, you know, he was good in the role. I thought that maybe they could have cast someone a bit more in that. I kind of think like, well, I don't know if I was spoiling it now, but it's a kind of thing where it got going. I liked how they introduced Michael back, and like they've got the mask, and you know, like you didn't see his face, but you see his face. There's a lot going on in the background, which I thought was great because a lot of that happened in the original movie. I loved some of the long shots as well, especially when he like you seen him in the reflection. He went around and came back and just fucking there. What happened to the kid, the funny kid, the comic relief? Because it didn't like did he just get killed? Because Michael's obviously is ruthless in this, and not a ruthless killer, crying baby, but the kid. I don't know what happened to the kid in that. One thing I want to put out there as well, when the camera panned across the television when they're watching the old movies, they should have put John Carpenter's The Thing on the screen. That would have been a fucking class homage and Easter egg. You know, Creature from Another World and the original Halloween, here comes this homage to Halloween. Should have been John Carpenter's The Thing on there. I'm sure John Carpenter wouldn't have had a problem with that. John Carpenter should have maybe had a cheeky cameo as well. I do think Josh Hartnett should have played a son. I know that would have went, oh, the fucking H2O doesn't happen. I don't know if it should have. I think, you know, it's the three girls, you know, the grandmother, the daughter, and the daughter of the daughter. But maybe as a son, you know, a son could have been a bit more harder raised. Because the woman, you know, it's just that's her from Jurassic World, isn't it? But yeah, it was just brutal. I love some of the scares. You know, everyone just sort of like necks broken, and there's a couple of plot holes. Even like Poet. You know, whatever you call the fucking name on him, just fucking wanting to wear Michael's mask and go around. But no, I thought it was fucking. I really enjoyed it. Like, except for really fucking crashing my car on the way back with a blown out fucking tyre, man. I mean, Jesus. I am going to see John Carpenter. Well, by the time this comes out, it's Sunday in Manchester. What happened with John Carpenter? He played Newcastle last night, and just a quick story about that is I was trying to book tickets, and it sold out. Now it actually changed venue, but I wasn't going to fucking wait around for that to happen. I blamed the internet and everything for that. Yeah, I got tickets to see him in Manchester, so it'd be good. What else I like about the film? There's no Easter egg. I love the orange font. The ending. It's a spoiler about the ending. It all narrows down to one house, booby traps, and the ending we've seen before. I think this should have been. I think they should have just finished it. What I feel like when I've walked away from there is, oh, okay, we might get another one. They've rebooted Halloween again. I think they should have just fucking killed the original timeline. Dead. Like, kill Michael good and proper. They've grounded Michael enough in this From not to be a Jason Voorhees, supernatural, Freddy Krueger coming into your fucking dreams. He's just a fucking psychopath killer. He should have grown a little bit more now, you know, like he's not super strong or whatever. He's great, he's old. I love the breathing was back as well, like. That was pretty cool. I love how it used some of the older footage as well. I was going to say about that, it was more like, you see him, and he's looking up, and then you don't see him, so it's like, right, okay, you should have really shown Michael burnt to death there, burn to a crisp, burn to ashes. The end of the movie should have just been him blown off. You know, like, forget all the ways he's died in the past, burn him crisp, dead, gone, doomed, fucked, gone forever. Not have, like, panning down on the daughter of the daughter having the fucking knife. That, you know, we've seen that before with fucking, what do you call her? What's her name? She's in Victim. Danielle Harris. You know, she was in the original. She went a bit psycho in a little clown suit. And she came back for Rob Zombie. She should have made a cameo. That would have been a clash one. But we've seen that before. But again, it doesn't say like, oh, why did he come back for that family? Like, I know why, because he's meant to say, well, they're going to pay that off. They mislead it as a myth. So it could have been there, you know, there was all this hype about Michael speaking, you know, we're told he was going to speak in Rob Zombies with the fucking white horses and fucking all kinds of fucking weird shenanigans going on in that one. He was going to speak, he didn't. Even, you know, Summit. But now it's like the Boogeyman, he's not just going to stop, so. Overall, I loved it. I thought it was filmed really well. I love it how it had the look of the original. I love the score was class. I love, it's great to see Jamie Lee Curtis back in it and supporting it. You know, you didn't die. H2O doesn't exist. I'm doing this. You know, I loved that. I think it was cool. Some good, like, nods to the head and stuff like that. Back to the Future pinball machine was cool as well. Because it's Universal, this, isn't it, as well, so. But yeah, I strongly recommend it. I do think it is the best one. I mean, I've got a little bit of love for Rob Zombies because it explored a different side of Michael we hadn't seen up until that point. It went fucking crazy, fucking Devil Rejects style, OTT. But he was onto something there, just got a bit twisted with the sequel. Apart from that, the other ones are forgettable, like Curse of Michael or Curse of Michael Myers, Revenge of Michael Myers, you know, Witches and Broomsticks. I enjoyed it. It looked, I mean, Michael, I see Michael as well, you know, what a big reveal when Michael had his mask on for the first time. You see him in broad daylight. I thought that really, really grounded the film to the point where, right, he's menacing as fuck. But we didn't get to see his face. I thought that could have been good there. It would be great to go, right, that's Nick Castle. You know, Nick Castle's been walking around for 40 years. Yeah, I'm Nick Castle. Well, who do you? Well, I play The Shape and Halloween. What's that to most people? You know, The Shape. You know, Michael Myers. Oh, you're Michael Myers. Oh, hi. See you later. You know, but no, I think, you know, it was done well. I think with Jamie Lee Curtis and him back in, with obviously the passing of the torch from John Carpenter, I think it was really well done. So yeah, I'm alive. Just while you're talking there as well, it's not a coincidence. Obviously, I've had that for a very long time, but it's been buried in there. Look at these. A packet of laminate bottle with 2 cigarettes in there. Still 2 cigarettes. Quit smoking 2 years ago next week, and they've been in there as well. And oh yeah, this was here as well. It's an Odeon ticket for popcorn. Oh, I thought it was going to be, what did I see, like years ago? It was just some popcorn from 2016. So yeah, oh, I thought that was going to be a really mint ending. Still paid £3.75 for popcorn. Again, no opening night, no art card, which was a fucking absolute shame. You know, stuff like Predator and all kinds of stuff, so like Rampage have all had these great art cards, not one for Halloween. And plus the guy was like checking people in, he's a fucking prick. Yes, Odeon, the Metro Centre borrowers. But your guy, you've got fucking 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes ago, mate. It says, when you go on the screen time, film's starting in 2 minutes. Howie man, the guy was already in his fucking spiel about, hey, you in the middle. Sorry, I'm ranting. So yeah, I've been Stephen Mason. If you haven't seen Halloween, check it out. If you have seen Halloween, drop some comments. I mean, I'm trying to do this uncut. I enjoyed it. Except for the ending, I enjoyed it. Thanks for watching for now. Like, share and subscribe to the channel. There's fucking loads of random shit going on here. And I must move the camera for an outtake, because every time I look over there I see Deadpool and Cable. Here's the outtake for being my point of view every time. Just Deadpool and Cable in the corner there, all in VHS. So yeah, like, share and subscribe to the channel. There's Michael as well. Not as good as H2O. There's an outtake for you. That's what Action Jackson thinks. H2O was better. Really? Like a bit of Josh Hartnett there, Action Jackson there. Or a bit of LL Cool J. No, he was definitely better than H2O. Next outtake. This is the end of the video. I've been hanging around with Jack too much. I'm farting on with camera angles and all kinds of stuff. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Alright, so maybe there was no ending, but you can still hear Michael breathing at the end. You know, Killian loves it. Killian's just said there that there's a bit of breathing at the end, so you know it's left wide fucking open. You know, so yeah, it's the end of the video. Definitely check out Halloween. The breathing at the end. But yeah, apart from that, get yourselves home. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.